Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel of Vlogger Day, and here is another new video today. But this video is different from the other videos because here I'll be talking about something else. I'll be talking about this person, as you can see on my t-shirt, William Shakespeare. Many people say he's the father of English literature, many people say he's the pioneer of English literature, and many say that he is the best playwright till date. So today we'll be talking about this person because I have found that the students need to know about this author, and I'll be giving some facts and factuals about this person. I will not be entering his personal life because it is full of controversies. So I'll just be factualizing his certain things, his plays, his sonnets, his narrative poems and all of those things. So please watch the video till the end, and if you like it, give it a thumbs up and do subscribe to this channel for further updates. Do get notified by pressing on the bell icon. William Shakespeare was a national poet of England, and that's why he's called England's national poet. He was a dramatist, he was a poet, and precisely a sonneteer, and he was a writer for sure. He was called the Bird of Avon. Why? The reason I'll be telling you later. And he was the son of John Shakespeare and Mary Arden, and he was the eldest surviving son of John Shakespeare and Mary Arden. He was born on 23rd April 1564 at Stratford-on-Avon, and he died also on 23rd April 1616 at Stratford-on-Avon. So as he was born at Stratford-on-Avon and he died at Stratford-on-Avon, that's why he's called the Bird of Avon. What is the meaning of bird? Bird means a scop or a minstrel, like a poet who goes from one place to another, reciting his poems and giving pleasure to the people. Of William Shakespeare education, though very little is known and much is conjectured, it is often affirmed that he and also his brothers and sisters attended the grammar school at Stratford, and as Ben Jonson writes, and I quote, he picked up small Latin and less Greek. Shakespeare belonged to two eras, or rather two ages. One was the Elizabethan era, which started at 1558 and went on up to 1603 till the death of Queen Elizabeth, and also to the Jacobean era, which started at 1603 and ended 1625. So, and as Shakespeare was born in 1564, that means he was born in the Elizabethan era, and he died in the Jacobean era in 1616. He was buried at the Poets' Corner in Westminster Abbey, and remember, Chaucer was the first poet to be buried at Poets' Corner. Shakespeare was associated with the movement called Renaissance movement, which began in Italy in 14th century. Now, coming to the plays, sonnets, and long narratives of William Shakespeare, he has written 37 plays. Sonnets were of 154 in numbers, and long narratives too. Now, Shakespeare's plays have been compiled by Henry and Condell in their first folio, and from there we come to know that these 37 plays has been ascribed to the name of William Shakespeare. The productive years of William Shakespeare are from 1589 to 1613, the 3 years before the death of William Shakespeare. His standard poetic form was blank verse, which was mainly written in unrhymed iambic pentameter. And the rhyme scheme of his sonnets, well, before coming to the rhyme scheme of the sonnets, I must tell that sonnet was first written by Petrarch, and later it was copied by the two other poets of England before Shakespeare, and they were Watt and Surrey. And later Shakespeare took up that poetic format and changed into his format, and the rhyme scheme also changed. As we know that it was divided into an octave and a sestet in the Petrarchian sonnets, Shakespeare changed it to 3 quatrains and 1 couplet, and the rhyme scheme of Shakespeare was predominantly AB, BC, BC, CD, CD, and EE. Shakespeare got married to Anne Hathaway on 28th November 1582, and they had three children, Susanna, Hamlet, and Judith. Though Hamlet died very early, and Hamlet and Judith, they were also twins. Now let's focus on Anne Hathaway, who was the better half of William Shakespeare. Of his many acquaintances who were local young men of decent as well as questionable character, there was one young lady called Anne Hathaway who lived a short distance away from Stratford in the village of Shottery, where her cottage still stands now like a happy ghost from the pages of history. It is known as, and I quote, Anne Hathaway's cottage. The poet had developed much intimacy with this woman who was 26 years of age, almost 8 years older than William Shakespeare. So when Shakespeare got married, he was of 18 years of age. The plays of William Shakespeare, his plays can be divided into three main categories: tragedy, comedy, and historical plays. Later, another category has been added which is called as tragicomedy. Let's not talk about it. The tragedies of William Shakespeare are mainly very famous, and the examples of tragedies are Hamlet, Macbeth, Othello, King Lear, and many more. Comedies, the Comedy of Errors, As You Like It, The Tempest, Twelfth Night, and many more are there. And historical plays also, examples like King John, Richard II, Henry IV, and we have many other plays. Sonnets are also divided into three categories. The first one is the Fair Youth Sonnets, which is numbered from 1 to 126, the Dark Lady Sonnets from 127 to 152, and the Greek Sonnets number 153 and 154. These two sonnets are the Greek sonnets. So his sonnets are of three categories, as you saw. Next are the long narratives, and we have two long narratives from William Shakespeare, one published in 1593, another published in 1594. Number one is Venus and Adonis. It was published in 1593, and the other is the Rape of Lucrece, that was published in 1594. The lines which are there on his tomb. And as you know, and I have said, he was died on 23rd April 1616 and was buried inside the Poets' Corner in the Westminster Abbey. And these are the lines that his tomb bears. Good friend, for Jesus' sake forbear to dig the dust enclosed here. Blessed be the man that spares these stones, and cursed be he that moves my bones.